When I first heard about the new Star Trek movie, maybe like 6 months ago or whatever it was, I was a little bit excited. I'm not a huge Trekkie these days, but then there's not really much Trek to be a huge Trekkie about. But I used to be an enormous fan when I was about 15, 16, 17. Started off with the original Trek, and yeah, I would love to be in this movie. I mean, it goes without saying, what with being an actress and everything, that, you know, any old bloody movie would be, you know, a step in the right direction sort of thing, especially a big Hollywood blockbuster. But, you know, there's a few sort of areas, a few fandoms and stuff that are close to my heart, and Star Trek's pretty far up there on that scale. Of course, there's not much in the way of female characters in the original Star Trek, because it was a product of its time. So you've got Uhura, not really my type, I think, probably not up there for that one. You've got Yeoman Rand, who was basically Kirk's little bit of fluff on the side within the crew. And then you've got Nurse Chapel, who was, I don't know, she was just Nurse Chapel, you know? I mean, they never really got much in the way of stories or screen time. So, and they were both blonde, which I actually am. You can't tell at the moment because I had to dye my hair brown. Well, actually, almost really, really dark brown it was originally, for a film that I just finished shooting in Italy. And it was only toner, but it's taking a really long time to wash out, and my roots are growing back first. So, I mean, those are the two obvious characters that I would be in with a chance for. Although I don't know if they were all quite substantial around the bosom area. But, you know, that's what scaffolding is for. But, you know, I think I should play Captain Kirk, because there aren't enough women in the show. They need to change one of the male characters into a woman to balance up the sort of situation here. And, you know, this is obviously the time to do it. I'd love to make some, like, really humorous video, you know, that would get everybody's attention, you know, some sort of comedy audition video or something like that. But, you know, it's just not my thing. You know? I'm not a comedian, you know? Some people are comedians and some aren't, and I'm not. And it's a great way of getting attention to be able to make that sort of thing, but it's just not in my nature, and I don't even really know where to start with stuff like that. Completely blank, and I see the names thing. I've got real issues with the names thing. I've even been in a film with him and I can't remember what he's called. It's right almost like there on the tip of my tongue. No. Guy from 28 Weeks Later. Guy from Trainspotting that isn't Ewan McGregor. You know who I'm talking about. He should play Scotty. Because Scotty's not supposed to be hunky, you know? I mean, he's not. He's a bit funny looking. So that would work. John Hannah would probably work as well. Or, you know, obviously, you know, we could go down the female route with Scotty, and I could play Scotty. I can do a Scottish accent. I'm a scientist. I'm not an engineer. I'm never going to be in the Star Trek film, am I? I could be a Vulcan. I think I'd make a pretty good Vulcan. Got that whole complete lack of humour thing down. Can't raise one eyebrow though, but I seem to recall that the girl who played, see the name thing again, is, you know, the character that Kirstie Alley played, that was then replaced by somebody else, I think by an actress called Robin something or other, in the third film, Search for Spock. I don't think she could raise an eyebrow. I seem to recall her sort of vaguely trying to and failing. Perhaps I could have some sort of CGI eyebrow type thing, you know? Now, Star Trek was my first ever fandom. I went to my first Star Trek convention when I was 15 in Glasgow, and the guest was John Delancey, who was Q in The Next Generation. And then the year after that they had Sulu, and the year after that they had Uhura, or either that or the other way around. They were really small, like just, you know, a few hundred people in this hotel in Glasgow Central Station. By the way, I'm not, the towel thing here is not some sort of viewer grabbing attempt, or, you know, attempt to persuade anyone to put me in the Star Trek movie. Although if it helps, you know, hey, it just so happens that I got out of the bath and then sat down and watched Mark's video, and then thought that I should make some humorous audition response, and then switched on the camera and realised that I didn't really have anything like that to do, so I just made this instead. Star trekking across the universe on the Starship Enterprise under Captain Kirk. Star trekking across the universe, only going forward 'cause we can't find reverse. Ah, the good old days. 15 was a good age. I quite like being 15. I wouldn't mind being 15 again. Well, you know, not just like physically being 15. I mean, like just, you know, that was a good year. Things were simpler. I was blonder. It's washing out. It really is. You can't tell so much because it's wet, and when it's wet it looks darker than it is. But it really is washing out. Probably going to have to get it bleached eventually or something. Ugh. Sitting in a park in Paris, France, reading the news and it sure looks bad. They won't give peace a chance. Was just a dream some of us had. Still a lot of lines to see, but I wouldn't want to stay here. It's too old, it's cold, and settled in its ways here. Oh, but California, California, I'm coming home. I'm gonna see the folks I dig. I'll even kiss the sunset pig. California, I'm coming home. Oh, it gets so lonely when you're walking and the streets are full of strangers. All the news of home you read, more about the war and the bloody changes. Oh, will you take me as I am? Will you take me as I am? Will you take me as I am? Oh, 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 will you take me as I am? As I am. Met a redneck on a Grecian night. He did the goat dance very well. He gave me back my smile, but he kept my camera to sell. Oh, the rogue, the red, red rogue. He cooked good omelets and stew, and I might have stayed on with him, but my heart cried out for you. California, oh California, I'm coming home. I'm gonna see the folks I dig. I'll even kiss the sunset pig. California,